everybody. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Welcome to Toad TV. I am Mary Beth.
I am Helen.
And you can find us all over as Toad Hollow NJ. Oh, okay. So here we go. I do this every single time. Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest. We are Toad Hollow NJ. On Ravelry and YouTube and our Facebook page, it is the Crafty Toads. And Tabitha is behind the camera.
Here comes my familiar for Halloween.
Yep. Hi, babe. So you're about to see the tail. There you go. We're wearing our witches' hats, and it feels kind of weird on top of my head. It's like something's moving around up there. Hi. Thank you to everybody who sent birthday wishes for me and for Spike and Drusilla. We all say thank you very much. I hope I got everybody who left me a message on Instagram and Facebook. If I didn't, I'm very sorry. I will go back through again, but I'm pretty sure I got most of everybody. So thank you so much to everybody who did that. We had a wonderful day yesterday. Helen got me great presents, and we spent the day going through an antique mall. It was just so much fun.
Yeah.
We really had a great time. And we found lots of cool things that are going to be part of our crafting. So we're very excited about that. So this is going to be a long one. So I have a full thing of water. We may disappear halfway through to get something to eat.
And sleep, no. We are coming off a very long stretch of shows. We are done with the big shows until the spring.
Right. We are very, very glad to be back home.
We're good. Everybody's happy to have us back home. We're glad to be home.
I have to tell you, one of the greatest things in the world is after you've been doing this for a while and then seeing the Welcome to New Jersey sign.
Yeah.
Love that. Even though we still have like 2.5 hours to get across the state. But I would really like it if somebody would set up like a yarn thing here on the east coast of New Jersey. So that we didn't have to
Can we move Rhinebeck?
Yeah.
I mean, is
you
that
guys don't mind, do you? All right, so we have lots to talk about. Lots and lots and lots. We have knitting, we have stitching, we have haul, we have, we never really talked about Rhinebeck. We're not going to spend a ton of time talking about Rhinebeck, just showing what we got there. And
Rhinebeck was so 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, and then we did SAFF, and we have just a little bit to talk about there. So we have lots of stuff to do. So we should get to it. God bless you. Somebody's sneezing off camera. It's the camera operator. I suppose we should say that we are the creative hands and minds behind Toad Hollow, where we make project bags for creative people and dye yarn. Yes. And that is our job, and you can find that at toadhollowNJ.com. And we are not doing a whole lot as far as the store is concerned. Just know that we dyed a crap ton of yarn to take to Rhinebeck and SAFF, and we brought back a whole bunch of it. So it is all now in the shop if you are interested.
And we are going to show a little bit, I'll show the DK later, but we have a lot of DK, and we brought back Sweater Toad, which is our Aran worsted weight. So we have a whole bunch of that that's going to get listed, fall colors. So that's all going to be up by tomorrow at noon. It may go up sooner because we're kind of doing it as we come across it.
As we unpack the bags.
Right, we're going to unpack the bag, take pictures, list it, put it on.
Right.
Like the fall colors, the Haunted Hayride, the Falling Leaves, that kind of thing. This is their swan song.
Their swan song, they're going till next year.
Once they sell, they are gone.
Right. We did find a couple of skeins of the Rhinebeck color, so we do have plenty of that in Sweater Toad and DK, and I think maybe 1 or 2 skeins in SAFF, depending on whether they're still available. The other thing I wanted to mention is that we dyed extra advent calendars to take with us to SAFF, and so if you are like me and you have not yet gotten your advent calendar, we do have a couple of them listed, so they are in the shop as well.
But they will,
yeah, they're in. When they're gone, they're gone. There was that. Okay, questions?
Comments? Yes.
All right, let's do questions and comments. Just very quickly, I am wearing my Carbeth sweater, which we are going to talk about later. However, I got so many positive comments from this. Thank you everybody who came up and said something to me about it. It is the most comfortable sweater that I own, so we will be talking about it in future projects. All right, here we go. Ready, and that's the wrong one. I'm sorry.
Not ready at all.
Not ready at all. Here we go. Okay. Dee wanted to know who takes care of Dudley and Tabitha when we travel.
We are never gone for more than 5 or 6 days. So they take care of each other. Cats are wonderful that way.
Yes.
You leave them cat boxes and plenty of food and water. They are very happy to see us when we get home, but they are relatively self-sufficient. They are strictly indoor cats, so we just lock them in the house.
Yeah, and leave plenty of water, plenty of food, plenty of cat
Right.
boxes, and we have never had a problem.
SAFF and like when we go to Chicago, those are the longest periods we would ever go without bringing somebody in.
Right.
I mean, if we ever had anything longer than that, then we'd have to have somebody come in and take care of them.
But for the most part, they're fine.
Yeah.
They're very, very happy when we get back.
Excuse me.
Somebody does little hops up and down the hallway. We call her our jackalope because she's so graceful.
And when I came in on Monday night, when I walked through the front door, I mean, Dudley came running to meet me like he was a dog.
Right.
I mean, he was really just so excited to see me.
They
It was
really
very
are.
nice.
They're very happy to
So-
have us back. Okay, Debbie Due to You says she just did the frog thing for the second time in 9 months. She ended up with 15 new assorted project bags, including needles, stitch markers, miscellaneous accessories. It's very freeing. Shall we do?
Frog thing.
Well, we had done the.
I
do you
see.
frog it or keep
Okay,
it?
okay.
So shall we talk about what we're doing?
Oh, as far as that's concerned?
Yeah, because we did this.
Sure.
A couple of episodes ago, we went through and each of us picked a project from the other person's stash
Keep talking.
of things to do that we have baskets full of project bags that are full of started projects, and we went through and each picked one and had to decide if we were going to frog it or start working on it. So I will do mine. The cat just fell off the table because that's what kind of cat she is. Really, she's not much of a cat at all. All right. One of the ones that Helen picked for me was my roulotte sweater that I had started. I love the pattern. My colors are too close to each other so that they were just blending and you weren't seeing the pattern at all. So I frogged that, pulled it out, and this is what I'm going to do instead. I haven't started it yet, but I'm going to do it. It is called the Summer Fling. I'm sorry? Helen's lost hers, and now she's claiming that somebody came in and stole it. This is Summer Fling by Carolyn. Sorry, I can't read. Carolyn Hegwer for the Noble Thread. So that's what it's going to look like. It calls for 4 different colors. Do you know where it is? Yeah. All right, Helen's off to get hers. These are... three of my colors, and then my 4th one I have to skein up still, or cake up. It is going to be Veritaserum. It's a very light purple, so it's going to be very pretty with those. So that was one of the ones that Helen pulled for me. The other one, she pulled 2 because one of them was just a bag full of minis. That was an advent calendar from last year that we did, and I had chosen to do the Pieces of My Heart Shawl by it's by Gabrielle Knits, and it's made to do with minis. So each section can be as small or as large as you want depending on the size of yarn that you have left over. I have started mine, and this is as far as I've gotten so far.
So now are you using the main skein or are you just doing the minis too?
I probably should have written that down because I don't remember. I think I'm starting with just the minis.
Okay.
I think I'm starting with just the minis. Did I plan to do? I haven't caked up the main skeins, so I don't think I'm doing it. I think I'm just doing the minis.
Okay.
Just doing the minis. These are mini skeins that were from Cardinal Yarns. Cardinal Fibers. It's Devin. She dyes beautiful yarn, and it was her advent calendar last year. So that is what I've done. I've gotten it started. I haven't done very much on it, but I will continue to work on it. So that is my progress. Okay.
Mary Beth pulled for me my Mini Mania scarf, which is a free pattern on Ravelry. It's using the linen stitch so that you get like a woven look to it. And I am going to ultimately knit another one of those, but I wanted to be more particular in my color choices. So what I was going to do was I was going to unravel the Mini Mania and make monster socks from them. I cheated. I threw out the Mini Mania because it was all knotted together and it was just
Crazy.
It was. So I just cut it and went there. And then I took a set of our blurbs, which are little bags of leftover yarn that we bring to the shows with us. And I am making a pair of monster socks.
They're so pretty. Do you have a sock pattern you're using?
Nope, I'm doing 8 rows of each color. And I did 16 rows of ribbing. Nope, lied. Did 12 rows of ribbing because the second color bled into the pattern. And then it's just a vanilla sock. And what I am doing is as I start each color, for that first row, I'm doing knit 1, slip 1. And so I get that as my break between colors, and I love that.
I think it looks fantastic.
So,
and since she's only doing 8 rows in each color, there's tons left over, so I get to make a pair too.
Right. So what I do is I'm knitting them 2 at a time, magic loop on a size 1 Chaogu needle. So I started with the green and the purple, and then when I cut them, because I'm not magic knotting them because I have had magic knots come undone on my socks. Just from wear and tear, I think it works it loose. So I'm weaving in my ends.
But you said you also knit in.
So I like the first 10 stitches or whatever, I'm weaving my ends in as I do the rows. And then I will sew. I have to start sewing in my ends because my threads are getting out of control. So what I do is when I cut the yarn, when I'm done the 8 rows and I cut the yarn, I just switch them. So what I do is then, I finish the green and the purple and I switch them. So I use the green on the other sock and the purple.
I love them. I think they look so
I love
pretty.
them so
I absolutely adore the orange and the green together.
Yeah.
I think that combination is gorgeous. Sorry, I'm trying to put my shoes back on.
So I'm really enjoying it because I love, you do 8 rows. Number one, it's vanilla socks. So they're perfect for the car and things like that. And I love stripes.
So do I.
Things, so.
I think that's very, very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. All right.
Back to the comments.
Right, here we go. Okay. Somebody said that she thinks that combining floss tube, this is Carlene, combining floss tube and knitting in the same video is a good idea. She loves watching them both anyway, and so she thinks it's a good idea to combine them. Carlene, I'm very glad you said that because we're going to be adding in other stuff too, because we have lots of crafts and we are the Crafty Toads, so that we've got other stuff that we want to do that we're going to share with you too. So we're really looking forward to that. And actually, having finished the show season, we now can start. It's not go for a particular thing, so that we can start bringing in other crafts that we want to start. And somebody else, Patricia Downey, says that she sure misses our book recommendations. We haven't steered her wrong yet. So Patricia, that's another thing. We are going to be starting up our book recommendations again because we're actually going to start reading again.
Yeah, it's been
I have been reading a lot of magazines.
Yeah.
When you're in a different kind of, if you're not home where you have your book right there. I will say that our last Airbnb had overhead lights and lamps in all the rooms, which is fantastic. A lot of times,
Yeah, you go in and it's like they don't have lamps in the bedrooms. And
Right.
It's just,
who wants to get up
Right.
out of bed once
And
you've
turn off
gotten
the light.
comfortable and turn off the light?
here comes
Okay.
the last county heard from. This
Here's
is Dudley.
Dudley. All right.
Also, when we're doing the shows, SAFF in particular, those were very long days.
Yes.
The show itself ran from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. And you have to get there early to make sure the booth is ready. They're very long days, so we just don't get a lot of reading done when we are away.
This is Dudley. Show your face.
I don't want to show my face.
How about you go see? Hi. There you go. Okay, she's your person.
I
You
don't have a
love
lot
her.
of padding on.
All right. Debbie Handy says, so
Oh.
excited that you're going to visit Sassy Jacks. Prepare yourselves and your wallets to be blown away. By the way, Sassy Jacks has a YouTube channel. We do know that Sassy Jacks has a YouTube channel, and we did make it to Sassy Jacks, and you will see that in the hall, because
Yeah, we did some.
we did something. We didn't do a ton
Yeah.
of damage, but we did do some. Marilyn Contreras wants to know, where are we from? She's from here, from West Covina. Okay, Marilyn, we are from Long Beach Island, New Jersey. We are on the Jersey coastline, and
We are on, if you look at the state of New Jersey, there's Barrier Island, and that's where we are.
that's Long Beach Island, and it's wonderful. We absolutely love it here. My Photo World, Jean KD says, holy crap, she got one too. She is talking about my beauty mark that we were talking about, because I broke out, not all over, just one pimple right here, and I made it into a mole.
He was a persistent beauty mark.
Yes, he
He
was.
stuck around for a while.
The French, I was calling it a mole. She says that the French call them beauty marks, so let's go with that. Finally went down. After we got back, it's
Yeah.
just within the last day or so. I'm
Stress.
totally attributing it to stress, completely. Liz Clothier wanted to know, is the Two Roads a Robert Frost reference? Yes, it is. We thought it looked like a yellow wood, so for those of you that know the Robert Frost poem, The Road Not Taken, it begins with two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and so that is where...
And that is a reference to the color that we debuted at Rhinebeck. It was our 2019 fall color.
Yes.
And we called it Two Roads.
And by the time this gets up, we will have listed, I took a picture of the woods around us in Rhinebeck, where we were staying at the Airbnb, and pretty much is spot on as far as the yellow wood.
Yeah.
So, Studio KG said she made the journey to meet us at the Yarn Bazaar, and her sister Liz picked up immediately what a great community it is, and she just had a wonderful time. So, Kate, we're so glad that you made it, and you came and said hello, and we got to meet you and your sister Liz, and it was just...
And for standing in that line.
It was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. Christine McCabe wanted to know if it's possible to use the YouTube random number generator for the giveaways. She likes the show. Sometimes we do it through the YouTube comments. The last one we did was through Ravelry. We try and go back and forth a little bit. So Lillian Shemet said that she takes pictures of yarns using the black and white features, so you can see the tones that each have. She used to use this in quilting many years ago when she was teaching quilting to determine the placement of fabrics. So I think we were trying to determine which yarn would go.
It was the roulotte shawl, because you were saying they were too close together.
Oh, right. Okay.
So,
yes.
I
should have
I
done
have
that.
heard of that trick. I just never actually think of it when I'm picking my colors.
When I'm picking my colors, I never think of that. Okay. We're almost done, I promise, guys. All right. Rena Hanlon says, it was so much fun to tag along with us to Rhinebeck, and she loves seeing the animals. Well, Rena, as you know, we much prefer animals to people, so we will always gravitate towards them. And
our first stop at Rhinebeck, we went in the gates and walked right up, and there was a dog show. So
and
we stayed there for an
basically,
hour.
yeah, loved it. Fiber Hustle says that they hope they can get there in 2020 to Rhinebeck, and they were glad we had fun. Gentlemen, if you are coming for 2020, please let us know, because we will make sure that we meet up somewhere. It was just...
It's a special.
We were trying
Okay.
to explain to people at SAFF how it is different from every other yarn event that we go
Yeah.
to. And we, with this being our job, we do go to quite a few fiber events. And all of them have something special that is unique to them, but there's something about Rhinebeck, and it's Rhinebeck magic.
I think it's a combination of season, placement, it's all, and it's just totally different. Not to take away from any of the others,
There's something about Rhinebeck.
Yeah.
So, Kat said that the booth looked fantastic. Thank you so much,
Yes.
because we do put effort into it, and we love the way it looks, and it's
Yeah.
always so nice when people come up and say that to us. So thank you so much. Okay, Bernadette Fusen would love to know the name of the maker of those felted sculptures. She loved the dogs with the flying ears.
I looked it up for you, Bernadette.
Yes.
It is bonniesbeasts.com. However, they don't sell online. I think you can go and see which shops carry them. But there, it's bonniesbeasts.com. So you can see her gallery, and
I think it's getting a little blue now. Can you move it a little closer?
all the animals. I just wanted to see the black part with the Bonnie's Beast.
Okay.
So, yeah, you can just go there and see what shows they have coming up. They're going to be in Morristown, New Jersey, December 13th through 15th.
Okay.
Marlborough, Massachusetts, November 16th through 18th.
They were kind of pricey, but the amount of work that goes into
animals.
it.
They're not.
This is not just one color or anything like that. This was a lot of work, and then each of the pieces was made separately and felted onto it.
I think the dogs were like 80 ish. We were looking at some of the birds, and the birds were in the hundreds, but I mean, they had multiple colors and little tiny pieces. It was just
wings, combs,
I'm
beaks.
not
taking away from any of the work.
I'm just saying that it's a pricey piece.
Yes, this is not one of the.
So you can find them in person at the Piedmont Craftsman Gallery in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, and they will soon be at the Concord Fine Craft Gallery in Concord, New Hampshire. And then otherwise you have to find them at a show. So
they're amazing.
Yeah.
They really are. I mean, works of art. Mel Hartley says, glad that we made it to North Carolina safely, and she loves seeing our handsome co-host. That was Drusilla. And she hopes to see us at SAFF. Mel, if you came up, did we miss you? Because I don't remember.
I don't remember meeting
So please, if we did, I'm so sorry. Otherwise, the next time we're down, because we paid for next year, so we're coming back. A lot of people said thank you so much for the awesome pictures and for taking us along. One person said that the intro and the filler music was so loud it was hurting her ears, but if she turned down the volume, she couldn't hear us talking. We apologize. We were putting it together in the car as we were driving, and it wasn't our normal setup, so we're so sorry about that. It just
should
was
be better.
yeah. And Debbie Handy says that she has no idea what GPS we're using, but there's a better way to get to Asheville than going through Tennessee.
And actually, that is the fastest route.
It was the fastest route.
We go through 6 or 7 states, minimally in Tennessee and West Virginia.
However, we hit 7 states on the way home.
On the way home, we hit 7 states. But it's still the fastest way, even if you go up, just because the traffic on 95 is so horrific.
Right.
In the Virginia, D.C. area, Northern Virginia, D.C. area, that it always bypassed us because it was always an extra hour to go the most direct route, as opposed to going west to go north kind of thing.
Right.
Going west to go north to go east.
It really, it made absolutely no sense. And at one point we were getting back on, I'm like, so help me God if it sends me west again. And all I want to do is get to the East Coast. I'm going to start taking matters into my own hands, but
and we were going to take, people gave us, Debbie wasn't the only one who gave us suggestions on different ways to go home that wasn't 2681 kind of thing. And we looked at each of them and we contemplated it. We even contemplated doing the Blue Ridge Mountain Parkway, just doing a scenic route, but I have to tell you, by Monday morning, take me the fastest way home.
Right, and
If
since
I
we
could
were
have gotten
doing
away
it-
with getting on a plane, I would have.
Since we were doing it all in one day, it was 12 and a half hours anyway. It was just, we did not want to
Yeah.
add any extra time. Hopefully, we have done the Blue Ridge Mountain Parkway, and I want to do it again because it is stunning and gorgeous, and
Just a wonderful drive up and down hills and things like that.
Right,
but just
so-
not fast.
but not when we have to get somewhere within a certain
Right.
period of time.
And on the way home,
Excuse me.
I said to her she has to wear it. And
I'm
not
gonna
sure-
hold it up.
I'm not sure how long she's going to be able to keep it on. It's very warm here today.
It's gorgeous here today. It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
I can't believe it's almost the 1st of November, but there it is. Okay.
On the way home, there was one of the roads was closed, so he diverted us through Virginia, or West Virginia.
Yeah, that was when
So
we
in
were.
a span of 2 minutes, we did Virginia, West Virginia, Virginia, Maryland.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy, I tell you. All right, that is it as far as my questions and comments.
Okay.
All right, shall we start with knitting?
First, we should talk about we have
That's right.
admin stuff to do,
Okay.
and then we'll talk about the show.
All right.
SAFF.
We have.
Well, we had 3 knit crates to give
Yeah.
away. So the winners we did that one on Ravelry, and we asked the question, what is your favorite fairy tale? And
We got lots of good
Yeah,
fairy tales.
yeah, I think it was the winners were Red Riding Hood and Cinderella. They were about tied for the most choice responses.
Votes.
Votes. Someone, Will, I think it was, who said the Bremen Town Musicians. I love that one.
So do I. Did you know that the Muppets did that?
Yeah.
Because there's a version with the Muppets.
However, our winners were Melinda Z, and her favorite fairy tale is Cinderella. DML Knits is our second winner. Her favorite fairy tale is Cinderella. And C.S. Schroeder is our third winner, and her favorite fairy tale is Red Riding Hood. And she elaborated and said that she thinks it's because she liked her outfit and that the woodsman rescued her. And as a psychotherapist, from a psychoanalytical standpoint, there's a lot of symbolism in the fairy tale.
Okay.
So,
Shall we tell them why we asked?
you were the little girl with the curls.
I know.
We can?
Okay, so the reason that we asked this was we have picked our theme for the Yarn of the Month next year, and we're going to be doing fairy tales.
And it's not going to be just Yarn of the Month.
Right.
It's not going to be exclusive clubs. It's just going to be each month we will have a new collection released that is based on fairy tales, on specific fairy tales.
And we're very excited
Yes.
because we've dyed up the first ones, and we love them.
We're knitting with them.
And we're knitting with them because we're going to have a project to go with it. So we want to get the project done so that we can show you. So we both have been knitting on them, and we can't show you any of the work yet because we're not close to being done yet.
Also,
but it will be coming.
we don't want to show you a color that is not available for 2.5 months.
Right.
So,
However, I will tell you they're awesome.
Yeah.
They're so
there's
cool.
some of our better work, I will say.
And we're very excited about
Yeah.
it. All right. That is that.
And we will talk more about that as we get closer to the end of the year and December, because I think there may be a pre-release,
Okay.
right? We were talking about.
Yeah. It's all coming up. We had a lot of time in the car, and
Lots of things were discussed, and we just have
Lot
to
of
sift
things.
through them all and
Yes.
see, okay, well, you know,
this is actually feasible.
that's not
This
in the
we
least
both
bit
were
realistic.
asleep when we were talking about that. So, okay. Knitting. More admin.
Final thing, the Advent, did we say that they're going out next week?
No.
Okay, Advent calendars, if you have ordered if you're one of the ones who ordered the Advent calendars, they are shipping at the end of next week.
They
For the
are
most part,
dyed
they are all dyed.
and ready to go. We have to make your bags.
Right, we have to make the bags and finish up the last couple. 'Cause
But
some of you are missing a color or two.
they are ready to go, and they will be going out next week so that we will get them out to you in time for you to start
Right.
opening them. The colors came out beautifully. We're very excited about them.
And for everybody who participated in our Buffy Halloween countdown, today is the last day.
Yes.
Mary Beth can show the project that got sent with it. I believe it's right there.
Oh, it's over there. I can show you what I did.
I will also insert a video at the end because we did a video to show all the different colors when we first sent them out because we did not keep one for ourselves.
No, we didn't.
So I will insert that at the end of this so that you can see all the colors that went with it. And because we're not going to spoil anything for anybody now.
Right.
Today's the last day.
Okay, so we included an extra project that you could do that wasn't knitting, and it was cross stitch. Look, this is it. So that is the cast of characters from Buffy.
We did not design this.
No, this was from a designer in Australia, but we gave everybody the fabric and all the flaws that you needed to do it, and the pattern. And so you have Spike and Angel and Willow and Buffy and Xander and Giles and Cordelia. All the important people from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Except Oz. The only one they don't have is Oz, but he was one of the yarn colors, so it was okay.
Right. And
because we called one The Dingo Ate My Babies, which was the name of Oz's band, which I love. But yeah, no, this was a lot of fun to do. I have to finish it. But we thought, you know what? We're having such a good time doing this. We want to introduce everybody to this as well.
and it's finished. You just have to fully finish it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Very pleased with it. Okay. Been sitting on that for over a month.
Okay.
Alrighty. You ready?
Now we can talk about knitting.
I
Do we
haven't-
want to talk about SAFF or?
No, I think do that at the end.
Okay.
Okay? Alright, so I have an FFO.
Okay, I should have known.
FO.
She's like, let's talk about knitting. Let's talk about knitting. Let's talk about knitting. It's because you have an FFO.
I do have an FO. Look at this. I finished my socks. This is the Thomasina pattern from Kay Jones of the Bakery Bears. It was part of her Miss Potter yarn collection, and I did this in, the name of the yarn is Rainbow Sherbet, and it's by Marinated Yarns, and I just love my socks. I finished doing the toe in the car when Helen was driving, and I just Kirchnered them last night. So that they are finished. I have a new pair of socks to add to my drawer. Very, very happy about them. Really great socks. Okay, so the only thing I changed in this is I did the pattern down to about where my finger is, right here. And then I went to straight stockinette for the foot.
Did you do stockinette the whole foot?
The whole foot is stockinette. So
amazing
it was
how much faster it
calling,
goes.
yes, it was calling for the pattern on the top of the foot, and then stockinette for the bottom. And I just went over to straight stockinette for the foot and did the whole thing. From far away, you cannot see. From up close, you might be able to see that there's a change in the pattern.
It's a very subtle pattern,
Yes.
especially with the high variation of the yarn.
I'm really, really so pleased with the way it came out. I love them.
And you did her umbrella toe.
I did. I love that
it, too.
umbrella toe.
Yeah.
Oh,
If for no other reason, then you're only left with 4 stitches to Kitchener.
Yeah.
So.
I did a different heel than what she called for. I do mine 2 at a time on a circular needle. Magic Loop, I do a size 2 circular needle, and I did 2 at a time garter stitch heels from Knit Pearl Hunter. It's she has a YouTube video on how to do it. It's a piece of cake. It goes so fast because you don't have to pick up gussets, which is lovely. Or pick up stitches. So I did that. I also like the way it fits. So those were my heels. That was the only thing I changed other than going over to the stockinette pattern. But yeah, finished.
You need to start a new pair of socks?
I am planning to because I love having socks going. Yeah. Did you bring yours to show?
No, I'm doing the same pattern out of herbology class, and I did knit on them in the car a little bit, but really it's just a couple inches of the pattern. It's not
No great shakes.
Earth-shattering to show.
Okay. Next, what would you like to show?
I only have one other thing,
Okay.
knitting-wise. I have my out and about shawl.
Right, so do I. I'm pretty sure that's all I have because I finished the socks. I'm working on the other project. I did this. Oh, and I started my Pieces of My Heart, so yeah.
So we have a knit along going with the in our Ravelry group and on Instagram and our Facebook group, the Crafting.
I have this.
It is the Out and About Shawl by Jennifer Weissman. It's a nice big rectangular DK shawl. And this is where I was last week, where the stitch marker is.
I am just gonna insert this quickly. That is a picture of what the shawl will look like, so you can see it's really nice and big and long.
I'm doing mine out of Spectre in our DK base. And I am now in the garter section, which is not overly stimulating.
However, good if you
Can you
want
see
to. Yes.
Okay.
It's good if you want to
TV
like
knitting
TV knitting.
kind of thing. So
Can you move it up a little bit so they can see your spine is showing up beautifully with your
the color,
yeah.
just really stitch definition with this color is fantastic. So I am just plugging away at, and it was perfect for while we were away when we would get home from the show. You just pick it up and knit, essentially.
Yeah. I'm in the same section as Helen, only I'm in the middle of the row because I was doing this last night. Forgot about that. I should have finished it. Anyway, here you go. You can see it like this. I'm doing mine in Hanging the Stars. You can see where my stitch marker is. So I've come quite a bit.
Yeah.
I got quite a bit done. Now, if we move it
You've been
forward,
working on yours a little bit more.
you can see my the spine and everything and the columns going up. It's beautiful. Love the way this looks.
It's a beautiful shawl. Interesting construction, and just enough to keep you interested.
Yeah. So I am enjoying this a lot, but as I said, it is perfect for if you're watching TV or if I'm sitting and talking to my mom. I don't need to worry about pattern too much, especially the garter section. Makes life very easy. All right. Shall we talk about the Carbeth?
Yes.
And future projects?
We shall.
Okay. As I said, I had a bunch of people come up and comment on the Carbeth when I was wearing it, both at Rhinebeck and at SAFF.
And at the Adirondacks, Sandpiper Yarns stopped you, and she knit herself one for Rhinebeck.
Yeah. Okay, sorry, I'm trying to hold it up. This is the Carbeth by Kate Davies. It's DK yarn, held double. I knit this last year. I took 5 skeins of yarn that we had left over from other things and just went for it. And this is what I came out with. What I can tell you is this is one of the most comfortable sweaters on the planet. It's so comfortable. And with the DK held double, it's heavy enough that it drapes beautifully so that it doesn't cling to anything or anything like that. And if you have some curves on you, not clinging is nice. She has a rolled neck collar that I did not do. I just bound off. And I love the way the collar sits. I think it's the perfect color for me. So I'm just so pleased with. It's just such a comfortable sweater. Everybody that came up and was asking me about it loves the V, the inverted V detail that is on the front and the back, and the way it's put together. It's just really, really cool. And I had a good time knitting it too. It was
And
on
it's
size
quickly
11 needles, and with everything that we're talking so much, we ran out of time. I have no idea how far I got, but with everything that we're doing, and I don't knit very quickly, I knit this up in 5 weeks so that it knits very, very quickly. You could get it done very fast if you wanted to do it. So Helen, since I was wearing it all the time, decided that she wants to make one.
It just looks so. I mean, Marybeth has already gone on about how comfortable it is, and it was chilly in the mornings at SAFF and chilly in our barn. because it was rainy, cool weather. And I'm like, I really just want a sweater that
Nice
I can
comfy
just
sweater.
throw over. So I'm going to do the Carbeth, and I have picked my. Kate Davies calls for it to be one color, but I loved how Mary Beth's faded. So I'm going to do mine in a fade as well. So these are my colors. So I picked 4 colors. I'm going to do double on 2 of them because we figured that I need probably the yardage of 6 skeins of DK. So I have Mr. Carrisford.
Which goes in everything.
I have to put that in everything. Christmas at Hogwarts.
Which
I've
Christmas at
just been
Hogwarts.
dying to knit with for forever. Les Revers and Hanging the Stars. And the Les Revers and the Hanging the I mean, all 3 of them are worked in Christmas at Hogwarts. So I just love it. I can't wait to start. I'm going to cake it up and start this weekend.
Are you really? Yeah.
Yeah, well, we are having a crafting weekend with a friend. So I'm going to, it's going to be one of the things I start.
Okay. I have decided that I'm going to make another one. And I had my color all picked out. I was going to do one of our colors that is we are calling Runaway to Sea. This was supposed to be Vagabond, and Helen put a picture up on the stories when she was dyeing it. She measured out the dye the same and poured the same from the same pot of water and everything, and 3 of the pots came out the blue of Vagabond, and 7 of the pots came out this
color
tealy green.
that I can never
And we have no
because I
idea.
have no idea why it broke the way that it
What
did.
happened.
I wish I knew because it's a beautiful skein of yarn.
And I was all set to make it out of this, and everybody bought this at SAFF.
She
and I
kept
don't have
saying,
enough.
she kept telling people, I'm going to knit a sweater out of this. And they're like, oh, well, that's beautiful. I'm going to buy one.
Right, and now there aren't enough left, and we can't replicate it, so I'm not going to do it out of that. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to make a stripy version, because mine isn't stripy enough. I'm going to make, instead of being random stripes, it's going to be measured stripes, and I'm going to do it out of Les Revers and Orcas Island.
Orcas Island is getting kind of blown. Can't see all the different colors.
There are all different color speckles in that. So what I'm going to do is have
There you
speckles,
go.
and then the red, because I think red and white stripes is one
Yeah.
of the most awesome combinations in the world. So I will be doing that. So that will be future. And I guess if you're going to be casting yours on, well, now I have to cast mine on. Okay, that is knitting.
That is knitting, yeah.
That's knitting. We are done knitting. All right, shall we move on to cross stitch?
Sure.
I don't even know where to begin. All right.
We are going on a retreat this weekend. It is a day retreat in Cape May, New Jersey at Stitch by Stitch, which is the needle shop down there. They have brought in the Primitive Hair, who is a designer from Italy. She's coming in to teach a class.
Her name is Isabel something.
Okay.
I can't remember.
Isabel, the Primitive Hair, is coming to teach a class. And we both love Isabel, the Primitive Hair's designs.
Yes.
So we jumped on board to go take the class. So they are doing some stitching time tomorrow and a meet and greet with Isabel. And then Saturday afternoon is our class. And we are encouraged to bring smalls with us.
So evidently, for those of you that are not up on this, because we weren't, smalls are you stitch something small and you put it on a table, and then you can swap
Exchange.
with people.
Yeah.
So if you bring one, you get to take one. And so we decided, okay, we can do this. We can stitch something up quickly.
And we have we signed up for Just Cross Stitch magazine.
Which is awesome.
Yes, you get, and if you sign up digitally, you get access to all their back issues. So, and they have lots of nice little small things.
Right.
So we each picked one from the
The
2000s.
Christmas. Mine is
Oh, mine-
2017.
Mine isn't even from Just Cross Stitch magazine. I'm telling total lies.
Okay,
So-
mine is from their Christmas ornament catalog that they do, and I'm pretty sure it's either 2017 or 2018. But mine is that's as far as I've gotten so far. It says Santa's coming, and then it has 3 cats that are sitting. I ran out of floss for the orange one, so I have to finish him, get another piece and do it. And then it calls for a nun stitch going all the way around the outside in one strand of floss. And what it does is it prevents the fabric from unraveling so that it will keep it from, unraveling completely, because as you can see, the pieces are pulling off.
Also, you were less than generous on your fabric size.
Okay, so I did the thing in,
You did the math.
I did the math and evidently did it wrong, and I got completely the wrong size, and I cut with a generous thing around the outside, and it turns out that I was all wrong. So I am doing it on a size 14 Aida sparkly. I do not like this fabric at all, so I will not use this again. I don't mind the 14 count Aida, but I am using 3 strands instead of 2, so it's 3 strands over 1 box. I like the coverage so much more with the 3 strands, because that was part of my problem with using 14 count Aida before, was that I thought the coverage was a little sparse, so using the 3 strands really works. So that's where I am right now. I have to finish the top of my orange cat's head and finish doing the nun stitch around the outside, and then what we are going to do is we are going to make these into gift tags, and I'm going to make this into a gift tag that somebody can take and attach to a gift if they like. So that's mine. And you were doing yours.
Mine is from the Punch Needle and Primitive Cross Stitch magazine from 2018. And mine is the Mistletoe Crow. We only have the digital copy, so that's him. I'm doing it on the same fabric that Mary Beth is.
Okay, I forgot to say this for mine. Do you know who the designer is?
Lori, oh my glasses. Lori Brecklin of Not Forgotten Farm. And
Okay.
she is notforgottenfarm.etsy.com. So I'm using the same fabric Mary Beth did, the 14 count sparkly Aida, and I hate it. I hate working with it, but time dictated that I continued since I had gotten certain. So this is as far as I've gotten. I just need to finish out the vine here. It goes to about here, and then put on the berries, and I am all set. So I love the pattern. I don't like 14 count. To me, the X's are too big.
You also are not a fan of Aida.
I do not like Aida, and I really, this is very, very stiff Aida because of the sparkle, and you don't want to wash it because of the sparkle. So it's not, I like soft, supple fabric,
Right.
but it's not for me. So.
Mine is called Santa's Coming, and it's by Swallock Stitchery, who is Carolyn Sheldon. And she can be found at, I don't know whether she has an Etsy shop or not. She just has an email address. But it's from Just Cross Stitch Magazine, the 2017 copy. So that is our small that we're going to do, that we need to finish today or tomorrow and have with us.
We have to finish this, fully finish it, clean the house, list all the yarn, and be on the road to Cape May by 1:30 tomorrow afternoon.
No biggie. We got this. We got this. Okay, my next project is my what I'm doing for the Toad Hollow Stitch Along. We are doing
Christmas Villages.
Christmas Villages. That's it. That's the word I'm looking for. Okay, I am doing the bookstore from Little House Needleworks, from her Home for the Holidays collection, Hometown Holidays collection. And I am just about done. I need to put in the bookstore. I ran out of floss of the color, so I need to restock and then do it. But I need to write bookstore going across the brown part. And then I think I'm adding 1 or 2 more snowflakes and I am finished. So there is mine. Just about done. Very, very close. So yeah, then I'll move on to my next one. But that is my first one. That's my hometown holiday.
I am doing the Farmhouse Christmas, and I started with Baba Black Sheep. That one there. And I'm done. It's Baba Black Sheep.
So pretty.
So originally I was going to do them individually and finish them individually. However, I have enough room and I'm kind of liking it because I've seen other people. Our sister Amanda is doing Jack Frost's tree farm. So she's doing that all on one, and I've seen other people, they're doing theirs all on one. I'm kind of liking now the idea of one big piece.
Yeah, no, it looks really, really pretty.
So I have to decide now the placement of everything because he is the last one in the series, which doesn't matter to me at all. There's just, I know there's a quilt, it looks like a Quaker, not a Quaker,
Amish quilt?
an Amish quilt square that I know I want in the middle. And there are 9, so it'll be perfect.
Right.
You know, 3, 3, and 3. So, and I know I have plenty of room on the fabric now that I have done the one. So I think that's what I will do.
Yes, I think that's a great idea because it really is beautiful.
Yeah.
And it looks so nice against the blue.
Yeah.
Really,
So-
really pretty against it. All right.
Have to find the next one and get going on it.
My next project is the Tiny Modernist did a Sleepy Hollow series for this year. She has released all 4 sections. Here's a picture of the first 2. So you can get an idea of what she's doing. She does a panel going across for each of the 4. The first one had a vampire in a haunted house. The second one had skeletons. The third one had witches. And the fourth one has the Headless Horseman. I have been working on this in the mornings, and I am about 2/3 of the way down the first panel. So this is going to be something that
It looks
on.
really cool.
It does. It looks gorgeous. I love it. I love the way it's showing up on this fabric. I think it's amazing, and I think it's absolutely the perfect size for it. So I will continue doing it. I'm not sure how much more I'm going to be doing of it right now because for both Helen and for me, it's kind of like the switch has been turned. It's Halloween, so now all we want to do is stitch Christmas. Country Living Magazine put up something on Instagram. If you don't follow them, they put up beautiful pictures of houses. But they put up a calendar, and it says October 1st through 31st is Halloween. November 1st through 27th is Christmas. November 28th is Thanksgiving. Then November 29th through the end of December is Christmas, and it's Christmas basically straight on through. And I really am all for doing Christmas now, so I'm not sure how much more I'm going to get done on him before I put him away till next year. But I do love the way he is turning out. I love all the different motifs that are on there. You know, that you have vampires and ghosts and black cats and that sort of thing. So I really am enjoying doing it. It's just I think I'm going to reclaim the bag and put this away till next year. Can you see down there? All I see are the back legs of Spike. He is flat on his back. Legs is akimbo. He's so happy to be home and relaxed. Okay, next up.
Okay, I have been working slowly but surely on my Spring Moon by Alessandra Adelaide. This is something with the dark fabric and the intricacy of the pattern that I have to do during daylight.
Oh my god.
So that is what I've gotten done so far. When we were in New York for Rhinebeck, we had our mornings. So we had slow mornings, and I got to do all of this whole flower here and the start of this green here. So
boy, those colors really show up well on the.
So I haven't really gotten back to it, but I love it, and this I think I will keep. So even though this is not a Christmas pattern, I think I will keep it in the rotation for my daylight waking stitching, any kind of that I get, what little bits that I get out of that.
It's
So,
really, really pretty.
because I love it.
I have been working on Field Mice Hollow by Brenda Gervais with My Needle and Thread. I am so close to being done this. That this one I may have to keep out and finish, even though I want to go to Halloween. Christmas, not Halloween. I'm doing Halloween. Oh my God. So I have to finish, the vine comes over and connects with the one up here. And then I have to add some of the orange flowers on the vine that I've already finished. And there are a couple of stars that I'm not even sure I'm going to put on because the color of the floss is so close to the color of the fabric, you can barely see it. So I'm not even sure I'm going to do it. I will play around with that. Or I may do it in a different color. I may do it in the gold.
You have to do her flower, which is holding.
Right. So there are a couple of
It's like a
things
day's work.
that I need to finish up. I love it though. I think it is so cool. I really, really love her patterns. I'm almost positive, we have the Christmas one with these two mice where they're holding candy canes. So that may be showing up at some point soon. But I do love this one.
My final cross stitch is the Witch's Brew by the Little Stitcher. And I have finished the witch. And I'm working on the cauldron, and then I just have spiders and a couple small things to do. But I really think this is probably going to go away.
The dogs and the crows are having a conversation with each other, and just as they both quiet down, it's like one has to get the final word in and starts up again, and then the other one goes off again, and it's crazy. Anyway,
So this is my Witch's Brew.
you're not going to finish it. You're going to put it away and
I'm
finish
going
it
to put
next
it
year.
away probably till the winter. Or not the winter. Until after Christmas.
Okay.
There are a ton of Christmas ones that I want to start.
Yeah, that is true.
We have some new Christmas patterns. We have small Christmas patterns from the cross stitch magazines we were talking about that I want to do.
And the ornaments that we're doing are stitching up relatively quickly. I think the more we're doing it, the faster we're getting. So the new ones are stitching up really quite quickly.
Yeah, and once I get on fabric that I can work
with.
with, then this can go much faster because I do want to make this for us too.
Right.
And there are a whole bunch that I want to do. Plus, when we get to our haul, we have picked up new projects. So, yeah, I think the Halloween is going away at least until January, and then maybe I'll do like the housewives do and pick a day that's going to be Halloween kind of thing.
Okay. All right. That actually sounds like a good idea because for my birthday yesterday, Spike's present to me was a bunch of patterns from Madame Chantilly, whom we love. She's based out of Italy, and she sent a Halloween one as a freebie. But
We ordered directly from her on her website.
so there's that one, which, oh my God. There's that one.
Which, oh my God.
There's this one,
Oh my God.
which Helen has claimed she gets to do that one first.
I did not claim it. I
No.
gave them to her and said they're your birthday present, and she said I could do one.
Well, we got 4, so we
Right.
each get to do 2, you know? And then there's this one. And since it was my birthday yesterday, I had to start one. So the one that I started is the pickup truck. So you can see I've gotten the top of the tree here. So you can see him, the top of the tree. I don't know why you took that out of the picture. Now you're blocking my thing. And you can't even see. I had it just fine if you just alone.
You were blocking your stitching.
No, I wasn't there. So you can see how far I've come. I got just a bit done, but I darkened up the colors a little bit. I didn't go as bright red, and hers were a little bit darker or were a little bit lighter, so I decided to go a little bit darker. I adore the way they are coming out. I love it very, very much. So I can see completely just stopping everything and doing
it's like
only
pretending
Christmas.
that I wasn't doing anything. I didn't
Yeah.
start all those Stitch Mania things. Talk about what you can do with the polar bear.
Oh, okay. With the white in the tree, there is white string that you can barely see.
Yeah.
You can see it, but not that much. So with the polar bear, he is mostly white, and I don't want to lose him. So what I'm going to do is the color of the inside of his ear is like a grayish brown. What I'm going to do is for his outline, just the outline of him, I'm going to take one strand of the grayish brown and one strand of the white and do the outline stitches in that. And then inside it will be completely white. Because if you look at the tires, you can see the white of the tires really well because they're surrounded by a different color. But when the white just has nothing to contrast it and it's just against the fabric, it's going to blend in too much. So I figure if I put the grayish brown in one strand of each and do it that way, then I should be fine. And the other thing is the tag that says Xmas that's attached to the top of the tree. That is mostly white as well. What I'm going to do is for the outline of that, I'm going to take one strand of red and one strand of white. And again, just to the outline X's, the stitches, I'm going to do it in one of each, and then I'll fill in with the color. So that's my plan with that.
Cool.
Love it. I love these so much.
This polar bear.
Honestly, he's so cool.
When I first decided that I wanted to start cross stitch, I was looking on Etsy for cross stitch patterns, and I found this pattern, and I have wanted it ever since.
And the fact that you waited almost 10 months, almost 11 months to buy it just shows tremendous restraint.
It's because every cross stitch store we ever went into, I never saw it. Otherwise, we would have bought it.
And now that we've gotten on to just buying from the designer, it makes life so much easier.
And my birthday is in December, so it's like my God-given right to do everything in Christmas.
Yes. It's fantastic. So that is part of my birthday haul. All right, shall we continue with haul?
Yeah, because we are done.
Yep, I'm done with the stitching. All right, my patterns were from Spike. The cats gave me an outdoor flagpole and this size flag to put on. There's a Halloween one that's out there already, and then this is going up starting tomorrow for fall until Thanksgiving. And I love these. I've wanted one of these for the longest time, so that was wonderful. And Helen gave me, I finally get it, interchangeable Chowgu needles. I'm so excited about this. It goes from size 2 to size 15. So I now have my 11s for doing my Carbeth. And it comes with 6 cords, and it is something that we both will share and use, but we've wanted to do it for quite a while, and it came on my birthday, which was wonderful. I'm very, very excited about that. All right, so then at Rhinebeck.
Let's do those first, because then we'll talk about Rhinebeck and the new crafts that we got.
Okay, here you go. You want to do this?
Sure.
All right.
So we are part of Color and Cotton's Fabric of the Month and Plus of the Month, and she does holiday-themed mystery boxes. So we managed, timing was right, and we managed to sign up for her Halloween one in time to actually get one. So in the box, we got a $10 gift voucher for any fabric or thread from her shop. I'm going to show you that because it gives us a code. We got a project from Hands On Design and all the fabric that we need to do it. So this was the pattern. So we got the fabric and the thread. There was a needle minder, buttons to do because there are little buttons on here. There's a pumpkin needle minder. We got conditioner for our thread. finishing notions, and a bag of candy corn. So that is all to go with this project here, and it comes with the instructions on how to finish it the way she did on the cover there. And then we got another piece of fabric.
This is 16 count, 17 by 16 count Ada, size 17 by 26, and it is in the Tombstone colorway.
We got a pair of cast iron snips, which are very heavy, in the shape of a, there you go, in the shape of a cat.
They're very cool. This box was full of
I mean,
stuff.
it really. And then we got floss. I'm trying to gather.
Did you show these for the project?
Yeah.
Okay.
Trying to separate. Yeah, we got 2 silks. I think that's silk. I don't know.
Oh dear, they're dropping all over the place. All you see is the hat coming back up.
Did she mark which one was the silk?
Yes, on the back. So see, they say this is cotton, cotton,
Oh, this is silk. Okay.
cotton,
Cotton.
cotton,
One silk?
one silk.
I thought there were 2 silk.
No, I think there was only one. Anyway, we got all these colors as additional threads.
One set of silk.
Some of which, nope, they're all different. So all different, look at all these different threads. These are 100% cotton.
And then we got the silk thread.
And then we got a thing of silk too.
Just lovely purple.
Seriously, for the amount
Yeah.
that we paid for the box, it
Oh,
kept
dude,
on
yeah.
coming.
No, it
we
was
kept
really-
unboxing.
If
So
you,
it's
so
a
if you
great
get a
deal.
chance to get her box, one of her mystery boxes, I'm pretty sure Christmas is sold out.
Did we do Christmas? We didn't, did we?
We did not.
We didn't get on it.
However, well worth the money.
Yeah.
I mean, you get way more than you, way more value than you paid for. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't want it to come out bad.
It's a good deal.
Right.
Very good deal.
So, color and cotton. If you sign up for her newsletters, she sends out a newsletter when she's ready to release them so that you can jump on and get them.
Yeah. Okay. We had signed up for to be part of Kickstarter for Lacey. Sorry, I'm gonna do this. Zimkowitz. I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong. Anyway, she was doing knitting the card game, and we signed up as one of the Kickstarter supporters, and this came just before we left, so we haven't had a chance to do anything with it yet. It's got a whole bunch of cards, and it's a game that you play. We are not sure how the game goes because, as I said, I think it came the day before we left for North Carolina.
It kind of has visions of us opening it, putting it aside, and walking out the door.
Yeah, it was at the last minute. So, as Helen said, we have a friend that we're going to be doing a crafting weekend with, and we're going to open this up and play it and see how it is, and we'll let you know. But the game came, and it's a really nice box, and it's got yarn cards and pattern cards and community cards and all sorts of things. And I think we also got pins. I think we got an
Stickers. I don't
and
think
stickers.
we didn't get the enamel.
Oh, we didn't
I
get
think
the-
we just got the stickers.
Okay, so we got stickers to put on our journals and things like that. So very, very cool. That was one of the things that came just before we left. Okay. All right, I think I have it kind of separated by where we went.
Okay.
We're gonna do our Rhinebeck haul first, and then talk about Sassy Jacks, because we did Sassy Jacks too. We were really busy during SAFF, so that we didn't have a chance to shop anywhere.
Yeah.
We didn't get anything at SAFF, the festival, but we did manage to make it to Sassy Jacks before. All right, so a couple of episodes ago, Sherry Fisher had said I was talking about doing this pattern. It's autumn, and the top of the acorns going around the outside are all French knots. And I was complaining about the fact of doing all those French knots because this is where I've gotten so far, and it's beautiful. I love it. And Sherry suggested doing beads. So while we were at Rhinebeck, we saw the bead lady, and the first thing I did was I went up to her and I'm like, I know you because you're at New Jersey Beacon Wall all the time. And we run into each other at all the different festivals. The name of the company is Bead Fiber, or Bead Biz, where the fiber world gets beads. That is her card. What I did was I got beads to do as the top of my acorns, and I think
it's
they're
a
going to be
perfect color.
perfect.
Yeah.
Because here's the pattern so far, and those are the beads next to it, so I think it's going to be beautiful. I've never stitched with beads, so this is going to be interesting, but I now have the beads to do it. So when we bring out fall and Halloween again from, you know, its banishment, I will have beads to do with them. So I will put those away. All right. Do you want to pick something and start talking about it?
So one of the things we got was a on the go bags book, because there are a couple patterns in here that we really liked, and we wanted to try them out. So the on the go bags book.
That is by Lindsay Connor and Janelle McKay.
Okay.
All right. One of the places we stopped.
This is ceramic, one of the many. Oh, nope, that's not it.
This was a different one. This is the lady that did the copper boxes, and she loved the idea of telling stories in her copper. So this one has a shepherdess and her sheep, and I love this so much. You can use it as a pin box or a jewelry box or whatever you like. But she uses machines that are over 100 years old to make all her.
She was one of the videos that we had in our Rhinebeck episode last week.
Right. It's a great box. I thought it was so pretty. I was so intrigued. Ooh, excuse me.
Hi,
Intrigued
Paige.
by it. Very sorry. Spike is not living up to his expectations, and
Meredith just had to pick up the
I
slack,
had to pick up the
evidently. One of the ceramic artists that we showed in our video, she had the fox jars
Something bunny, I think.
and the chicken jars. We got little crow
Here, where's your paper?
because we love our crows.
He's amazing.
Yeah.
So he's really, really cool. One of the other places that we stopped at was a place that makes dog treats. We had stopped there the last couple of times we went to Rhinebeck, and we always get the dogs cookies, and this time we got the cats cookies as well. I would show you them, except they're gone.
Yeah.
All gone. But they also had buttons, little buttons of different shapes and sizes, and we thought these would make good finishing for cross stitch or crafting, that kind of thing. Just fun little touches.
In our journals, that kind of thing.
Right, so we got 3 bags. We've got 3 bags of buttons from them. All right, and then Helen's been wanting to start something for a while, and I have been, you know, dragging my feet
Hesitant.
as I do, and so she finally talked me into it because we were watching people doing it.
Well, also we went through the Primitive and Punch Needle magazine, and I was showing her all the cool patterns.
Yes.
So
So we each got
we each got the Ultra Punch needle set.
got our tools. We have lots and lots of fabric
So we got weaver's cloth coming out our ears.
to do it. And then we picked out some we did not pick out a ton of patterns because, as Helen said, she started subscribing to the Punch Needle magazine, and we decided that we were going to start with some of those, but we did get some just in case.
Because like the cross stitch piece that we're doing for the smalls, these are small projects that we can test the waters on. We haven't spent a ton of money on patterns, and figure out what we're doing first.
Right.
However, there were 3 that we just
Yeah.
could not leave behind. that one. There you go.
You know what, here, if we just open
Okay.
it up and just take out the top one, this is Snowdrifters. The lady we got this from had a sign on her booth that said, if you want to take a picture, it will cost you $100. Because she didn't want any pictures going out. And
They were not the most, they had a long line.
they had a very, very long line.
However, it would not be, she did not give a clinic in customer service, shall we say.
I love that one.
This one we got from a different booth. But I do love that one.
Really love that one. And then this final one is just
And
so
this one is
funny.
just
I mean,
great.
it's so us. If I can't have the real thing,
Right? I mean, who doesn't want dancing chicken?
you know, with these two, with these, they provide the fabric. It's already drawn on the fabric.
Oh, is it, oh, this one too?
Yeah, the fabric's already in there. Wow, what a deal!
We
Right,
don't
so it
even-
comes
We don't
with-
even know what we're buying. I don't know why we bought all the
Crazy.
weaver's cloth.
Because of all the ones in the
Yeah.
magazine we're gonna do.
Oh, well, that's cool.
Yeah, so we've got these come with the picture drawn on the fabric.
That
That's
one
very
too?
cool.
Just all
Yep.
three of them?
All three of them.
Okay.
The thing,
We obviously did not know what we were doing. We were just
buying.
randomly buying stuff, so.
They were talking about using 3 strands of DMC floss or 5 strands of DMC floss, which is very close to our fingering weight. So we thought we could do some of this in
Yeah.
our fingering weight too after we practice a little bit. So we got those. And then we have seen these. We actually saw these in her booth last year, 2 years ago. And we always get
Sucked in.
sucked in and we want to do it. So we decided that we're going to start doing yarn, wool appliqued, wool
Quilts.
felt appliqued wall hangings. So we got a couple of patterns. Actually, I think again, we'll just take these out really quickly. A lot of these are either winter or Christmas. There's
So
that
you
one.
get all the instructions on how to cut and patterns on how to cut these out, where to place them, how to place them.
There's that one. I have a thing for snowmen. Love snowmen. So that is reflected in some of my purchases. As you can see, also crows. I seem to be drawn to the crows.
We obviously were delusional and thought that we would be getting things done.
Seriously, I don't know how. we thought
Before.
that.
However, we will do them and they will go away for next year.
Look at that. And then
So this one's a doozy, since we've run out of camera twice.
this is the last one we got. So
That was just like the lamp, not the rat.
yeah.
So,
All right. So this is going to be a project that we're going to start working on.
Yeah.
Because we've got just about everything we need. And it's going to be really, really cool.
yeah, we have some felt. We may have to get more, but to start it out, we have all the pieces that we need for the punch needle.
Right.
We just need the time, which is now here. So
Plan to see some of these in the
Right.
future. It's going to be fun.
I
All
plan
right.
to have at least punch needle started by the time we podcast next week.
Okay. All right. So that's the pretty much the Rhinebeck haul. I got a necklace that has a green man on it. I'm not sure where he is. I have to find him, but
Oh, and I got a cool pin of a cat in a field that's on my jean jacket.
right.
So
Little things like that we picked up, but it was just
I do not think we bought anything yarn related.
nope.
So.
We did not. But the good thing is we know yarn dyers.
Right.
We're tight with yarn dyers,
Yeah.
so we're good. that way.
And we went with the thought of punch needle. So
Right. We wanted to try new things. All right. And then when we were down in North Carolina, as I said, we did run into Sassy Jacks. The dogs were in the car, so we tried to keep it fast. Okay, tried to keep it fast.
Drew will tell you, as she told everybody on the sidewalk, that we were not successful.
No.
Um,
All right, so
so we just got stuff.
just a couple of patterns. All right, this is one of the new ones from Plum Street Samplers. This is Olga's Tart.
This was at the counter. This was one of those. Oh yeah, grab it, throw it on.
That's Olga. Love Olga. So cool.
This is hands-on design for next year. Put on the hat.
And that one comes with fabric.
Yes, and instructions on how to do it as a drum if you want, or a pillow.
Oh, so what the fabric is for the back, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Also hands-on design. This is called Wild Salt Air. It says, I dream of the sea and wild salt air. And I love the colors of the fish. And since we live at the beach, I thought this is very fitting to have as decoration in the beach house.
This is beyond me. How do you get it out? You need an engineering degree to get this one out. You really don't.
Yep.
You need a brain,
And some sleep.
which I don't have.
We are going to, one of the big things we're doing is stocking up on sleep.
Okay, so hands-on design. Follow the stars and find your safe harbor.
So this one is called Safe Harbor.
Again, for the beach.
Perfect for the beach. This one is One Starry Christmas Eve by Country Stitches with By Needle and Thread by Brenda Gervais. Big fans of hers.
This is just an awesome Santa Claus.
Ah, I love him.
And the red is the fabric. Because I thought it was, you had to do all that red background stitching, but it is not. So Plum Street sampler.
This is the receipt. I'm just going to hide that.
We don't ever want to see that.
Yeah, we don't need to see that again.
This is Harvest Keeper. Again, for next year.
This is Bent Creek Winter Row. I've been watching people do the rows, and I think they're so cool. And again,
I never saw
snowmen.
that before.
Yes, you did. I showed it to you. I think you snuck it in. I love the snowmen. So this is going to be one that will be good for the winter after all the Christmas ones that we finish get put away, because you know we're going to finish all those Christmas.
Little House Needleworks. We got the, I picked this one up, Suffrage Act proclaimed, just because I think this is very poignant and very necessary.
Very important for our time. And we've just started finding Barbara Anna designs. So this is Oh Christmas Tree is the name of it. And I love all the different Christmas motifs that are on there. On the Christmas tree against snowmen, you know, me with the snowmen. And then on the back of it, she said, this is really kind of cool. She's got more designs so that if you see something that you like, you can go in and find it.
That's
which
really
is
good
very
idea.
cool. Because this Let It Snow on the Scissors is very pretty.
Yeah.
That's an interesting idea. So, Barbara Anna Designs. If you're a cross stitcher and you haven't heard of her, go check her out because she's got some cool ones. Some really cool things.
And then we got a present for our mother. She deserves it. What we got for her anyway.
Okay, this is going to be her Christmas present.
It's by Blackbird Designs. It's a midnight run. She feels about crows about the same way. I mean, it's a straight line.
And she is not tied up with the fact that she needs to start stitching Christmas.
Right.
She doesn't feel this way at all.
And we got her the threads. It's a wonderful design. 3 colors.
They had them right there.
Yeah.
And then she likes to stitch on the 14 count Aida, so we have tons of that we can give her. And the ladies at Sassy Jacks threw in a needle for her.
Because we said it was a kit for my mom.
And this is their business card on one side that has a ruler on the back so that you can square off and find that you're in the right place. So I thought that was a great idea. And they also included these that are project cards that you can attach to the back of your project when you're finished. But I love, that it has a squirrel, and then it says, wrought by title designer, completed fabric, fiber, Sassy Jacks stitchery. I thought that's such a cute idea. So I think we're going to have to make up tags that have Toad Hollow on it so that we can put them on our projects, you know, and we can have on the back exactly when it was finished and everything. So we thought this would make a great present, a Christmas present for my mom, because she gets into these projects just as much as we do.
Yeah.
And she's going to absolutely love this crow. Absolutely love him. So I'm very excited about that. And we'll put it all together in, a cross-stitch bag, and she will have everything she needs.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I think the only thing we have left to talk about is meeting people at SAFF.
Yes.
And I think that's the last bit. I think we're done everything else, right? Do you have
If not-
anything else?
And we'll wait till next week.
Right. I really think we're almost
I
done.
think we have bored them enough.
Okay. We just wanted to say thank you so much to everybody who came and met us at Rhinebeck and at SAFF. We met some wonderful, wonderful people. And when we went to SAFF, Rhinebeck is close enough to New Jersey that we met some new people, but a lot of the people that came we have met before because it's in the tri-state
Right.
area. Going down to North Carolina, we met a whole bunch of new people that we hadn't met yet because it's in the South.
Right. I will say, number one, it's in the northwest part of North Carolina, which is gorgeous.
Oh my God.
We have, more than pictures that will bore you with at the beginning and everything. The mountains of North Carolina were just spectacular. We would come around bends and it would just be like, okay, is anybody behind you? Because I need to take a picture.
You have to stop.
Oh,
And the pictures never came out as beautiful
Right.
as Mother Nature. Her colors
Yeah.
are gorgeous.
And we met, not only the people that we will mention, but everybody was so nice when they found out we came from New Jersey. Well, welcome to North Carolina. Can't believe you came down so far.
Right. We're so glad you came.
Yeah. There were issues with the festival because there was a Legionnaires breakout on the fairgrounds in the late summer. They had to move everybody because the buildings that we were supposed to be in were still contaminated. So attendance was down, and but the showrunners did a phenomenal job with what they
Yes.
were dealt, and people were just so nice.
And as we said, we've already signed up again for next year.
Right.
We're going back. We decided, you know what? It was great. And if this is, half attendance, we
Right.
can't wait to come back till next year and see everybody again. There were so many people who traveled to come and see us. We had a couple of people who came up from Florida. Really, guys? You
Yeah.
guys are amazing.
Yeah.
Bernice, we met her sister at Maryland, and Bernice was I think Bernice was planning to come, but she couldn't, and so she came to SAFF instead. She drove up from Florida, dragged her next door neighbor with. We met her on Friday morning. It was so much colder than we planned that we were really both kind of chilly. Bernice went and got us socks. She went and bought us socks.
She wanted our feet to be warm. It was so sweet.
It was so nice of you. I would show you them, except I wore them and they're in my laundry. She got us alpaca socks, which was the nicest thing.
Right.
To think of us that way. Thank you so much. It was so nice meeting you guys. Somebody else traveled up from Florida. She comes up to Maryland and does it with her son. That was so much fun to talk to her about that. But she's originally from New Jersey, so she got New Jersey beaches.
She was getting all the New Jersey references, so that was
Right.
fun.
It was so much fun to talk to her.
And then she came back again, and she got a kit because she couldn't leave the kit.
And we finally got to meet Teresa,
Right.
whom we've been waiting to meet for since the very beginning. And Teresa, I have to tell you, Bernice with the socks and you with your gift, you two were the ones that brought us pretty much to tears. Because Bernice, Teresa made us a knitted pumpkin, which I meant to bring in and I forgot.
They're in the kitchen on our buffet
Because
with our Halloween decorations.
they look perfect there. And then she said you might not get the next present right away. But she made us each a bracelet. She knit us each a bracelet. So that's Helen's and this is mine. But the thing about this is these were the very first skeins of yarn we dyed. And she knew that, and
She knew which one was which.
right. And she also was kind enough to make us something out of our very first skeins of yarn. Teresa, honestly,
It was very touching.
it's
Thank you.
such a thoughtful thing.
Yeah.
really,
And, I mean, we get to see how
thoughtful
far we've come, and the fact that you paid that much attention to what we've been doing and everything. So thank you very much.
Thank you very, very much. It was wonderful being able to talk to you and actually place a face
Right.
with the person we've been going back and forth with. And we got to spend quite a bit of time. The nice thing about this festival was we got to spend time talking to people.
Yeah, I mean, with the decrease in attendance, we got to give people the
Right.
attention they deserve. So Kim, we got to sit and talk to Kim for quite a bit.
We were telling my mom about you buying the Lost Words in England when you could have gotten it through Amazon, and we were laughing so hard about that. So it was so nice. And
Anne, with all, 'cause she was an English teacher, so she loves our book references.
it was just, we had such a wonderful time talking to everybody that came by. So thank you everybody who came. We loved it.
We had a group that discovered us at the Rhinebeck Yarn Bazaar and regretted not buying something at the yarn. They bought some things at the Yarn Bazaar, but there was one particular color that they regretted not buying. So when they heard that we were coming to SAFF, they were so excited because they're from the area. So they all came, and we were talking about Rhinebeck. So that
And
was all
their
fun.
trip back through New York City, which was
Right.
a little bit of a mistake. It was so much fun. It really was. We talked to people who live in the Tennessee mountains and people who live in the Blue Ridge Mountains, and there was one lady whose husband is a contractor, and he went away for a couple of weeks, and she bought 24 sheep, and he came back, and her entire backyard was fenced in, and there were 24 sheep. There hadn't been any before. I mean, the people we met were just so much fun. So
it was great getting to know all the other vendors.
yes. It was a great show.
Great, yeah.
It really was. So if you are in the area and you've never been to SAFF, it is the Southeastern Animal and Fiber Festival. And it is held.
Hopefully, a year later, the deadly disease will no longer be an issue.
It is held in October of every year, I think, and it's just we're coming back.
Yep.
We loved it. We're coming back. So yeah, that was it. I think that was the big thing.
Yeah.
All right. So again, thank you to everybody who's come to visit us. Thank you to everybody who continues to watch us. If you're new, we aren't normally this long-winded. This was a long one. However, hopefully you will come back again. We will see you all next week, and we will have lots to show.
Yeah, and don't forget, shop update
Yes.
is happening. So
check in, because
shop.
yeah, all our yarn is going to be up. We have a trunk show on November 15th at CC's Wool up in upstate New York, so we will be doing that on November 15th. Other than that, I think we are kind of quiet now.
We have big plans for the end of the year and the beginning of the new year. So
Huge plans.
We have to get working on those because tomorrow is November 1st.
Right, so we have a lot of things that we want to get put together. For those of you that have bought the New York bag, they will be going out
Next week.
Corey, I know that I owe you a pumpkin orange check bag. That will be going out next week. And then we have new bags that we're going to be working on, new bag styles, new bag fabrics.
2020, it's the year of the toad.
We have decided that 2020 is the year of the toad.
Pass
so
it on.
Watch out for that. Because we're going to have merch.
Yep.
We're going to have toad merch. So there you go. All right. Have a wonderful week, everybody.
Go forth and knit.
Go forth and make something
Stitch.
beautiful.
Create.
And we will see
Happy
you back.
Halloween.
Yeah, we will see you back here next week.
And hopefully trick-or-treating is a little bit better in your area than it is predicted to be in ours. So
I think the rain is down, but they're talking 50 to 60 mile-an-hour winds.
hold down your small children.
Fun times. Oh, by the way, I know I can never let it go, but Helen reposted this on Facebook. Our police department is awesome. They put up a post that said, we are a shore community and a resort community, so that after Labor Day, the population drops. So one of the things they said that they were getting lots of questions as far as Halloween, and one of them was they don't know which street is going to be handing out the best Halloween candy.
I think we have 2 people on our block, so
Yeah.
we don't know whether we will get anybody because we do not. None of
that are surrounding area.
Obviously, we don't have children. The other house doesn't have children.
And none of the surrounding houses are filled.
Right. So,
So-
I mean, there's literally 2 residents on our block. So we don't know whether we're going to be getting trick-or-treaters, but we will have candy. And
But they
but
said that
I mean, they were saying with the weather and everything, if you haven't found, if you're doing a last-minute costume, they strongly suggest Gorton the Fisherman because it will be a cool costume and you will be dry.
which I thought was the funniest thing. I mean, so cool.
And the last thing is, they said if you see our guys driving around in their cruisers and you're out trick-or-treating, flag them down. The cruisers are all equipped with candy, and they will be giving out candy.
Which
I think is the greatest thing.
That's the greatest thing. I mean, they've got it at the police station, and they've got the cruisers full of candy because they know that the population goes way down. So that if you see one of the cruisers, flag them down. I love our police department. I really do. So that was my last thing. All right. So happy Halloween, everybody, and we will see you next week.
Yes, you will have just finished watching this one, and we will be back
With lots of new projects because we got stuff to do. Okay.
Enjoy.
Bye.